Hello beautiful glue bookers. Have a pile of envelopes you don't know what to do with? Let's turn them into a super simple junk journal, perfect for collages, notes, or just a bit of creative fun. I am Deborah. Welcome back to the collage table. Today I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make a junk journal using just envelopes. Yep, that's it, just envelopes and a few simple supplies. So that was an example of what we'll be making today. I'm using these colorful envelopes, but you can use any regular ones, white, colorful, new, old, or even those boring junk mail envelopes that usually go straight into the bin. I'm using 8 envelopes to make a 32-page junk journal. So I got these, and here's what else you'll need: scissors or a paper cutter, a glue stick, some embroidery floss or baker's twine if you have that, doesn't really matter, and a needle with a large eye, big enough for the thread to go through. Don't worry if this sounds like a lot, I'll walk you through everything step by step. Okay, let's now get this out of the way for now, and let's remove all the other distractions. To start, we only need the envelopes and the glue stick. First thing we're gonna do is glue all your envelopes shut. Just run your glue stick across the flap, like so, and press it closed. Do this for all your envelopes. I've made envelope books before. I always come back to them because they're just so satisfying to make. There's something kind of magical about turning basic office supplies into something artsy. These envelopes come from my local creative thrift store, which is one of my favorite places to dig through. You might have seen them in the paper haul video that I posted recently. I always grab envelopes when I see them because, well, look what we can do with them. You can absolutely do this with junk mail envelopes, you know, those boring white ones with the windows. Save a stack of those. You'll be surprised how good they look once you start gluing in scraps or painting all over them. I also like how the envelopes are all slightly different, even if they're a little bent or wrinkly. That just adds to the charm. This is not a perfection project. We're going for character, not crisp edges. You can save envelopes from bills. Those often have cool security pattern inside or a fun stamp. So now all the envelopes are glued shut. This blue one I found like this, already glued and prepped, ready to use. Now we can move on to the next step. It's the cutting part, which is oddly satisfying too. We won't be needing the glue stick anymore, so let's put that away. Get your scissors. We're going to trim the edges to open them up so they'll work like pages in a book. You can use regular scissors or a paper cutter if you prefer that. I'm trying to keep things simple here. Not everybody has a paper cutter laying around. You want to cut open 3 sides of each envelope, the top and the 2 sides. Basically everything except the spine. Just trim off a thin bit of all the three edges, and then you can open it up like so. There's something really satisfying about this step. It's like you're unlocking the envelope's potential. Or maybe that's just me being too excited about stationery. I love the feel of using what would otherwise be discarded. These are just old envelopes, but just wait what we're going to turn them into. You don't have to be precise with this. Don't make it too hard on yourself. This should be fun and easy to do. If one side is a little shorter or a bit wobbly, it's no big deal at all. You'll be covering most of this with collage images anyway, and imperfection, that's the whole junk journal spirit, right? If you're making this with kids, let them do this part with kid scissors. It's a fun project for all ages, and kids are usually better at not overthinking it. Another fun project you can do with or for the kids is making a little booklet out of just 1 sheet of paper. Also super easy to do. I did another video showing how to do that step by step. I will add the link on screen and in the description if you want to check out that other video. Okay, So I'm almost done trimming the envelopes, just a little bit left to do, and then we get to stack and arrange them, which is where it really starts to look like a book. This is one of those projects that look more complicated than it is. If you see it finished journal, it looks like it must have taken ages to make, but really it's just envelope, scissors and a little imagination. You see how quickly I'm making this booklet in this video, and I'm really not speeding things up here. No two envelope journals are ever the same. I like that too. Like, they have different colors, different sizes. They might have bits of text or stamps peeking through. It just all adds to the personality. You're basically building a book that's already full of little stories before you even added your own to it. Okay, so this is my final envelope to cut the edges of. A pink one. Okay, let's do this. The final side. Okay, now we can open it up and put it on the stack. Let's clean this up. There you go, and we're on to the next step. Here we're going to stack and arrange all the envelopes. Have them all opened up, stacking them one on top of the other. You can arrange them however you like. We are just focusing here on the order of the envelopes. They don't have to be precisely in place or anything like that yet. So this is just like, where do you want which envelope to go? If they're all white envelopes, it really doesn't matter, but with colorful envelopes like this, I want this blue envelope as the cover because I like that little window. I will trim it slightly to match the size of the rest, so I will cut this part off, and on the side a bit too. The paper is also thinner than the other, so I don't want it to stick out too much, plus I want the book to be on the smaller side. I may reinforce the edge with some washi tape just to give it a bit more strength, but for now I'm just going to cut this. I'm following the folds I just made, so this bit and then this part can go too. There you go, no need for those. Okay, so this one is going to be the cover, and then these envelopes go inside. Look, I love how the yellow shows through that window, but who knows if it will still be visible once I start gluing in scraps, but for now it's cute. Next we will prepare the envelopes for binding. This is where you will line everything up. Think about how you'll sew the binding. We're going to punch 3 holes in the spine area, so make sure that each envelope is centered so that your thread will catch all the layers when you'll be stitching them. So like here we're gonna be focusing on the middle here, the spine area, and then you want to put all of them, okay, try to keep them in place and just put all the envelopes down like this in the order you picked before. So there you go. Oh, this envelope is interesting. Look, it will give me an extra page. It apparently had a thin paper insert that I didn't notice before, but it's lovely to have. Okay, so now you have all the envelopes in place. What I'm gonna do now is just put this here. So this is fine for now. I'm gonna choose my thread. I'm using embroidery floss, and I have a lot of colors. I have way more than this off camera. But I think for this journal, I like pink, but I think I will use the yellow because it matches the color through the window, and for the video it makes it easy to see what I'm doing, contrasting against the blue. Okay, you will want to cut a length of embroidery floss or baker's twine, whatever you use, that is about 2.5 times the height of your book. About. Again, no need to be super precise. I'm just measuring it like so, easy peasy. Now you have your thread ready to go. We might as well already thread it through the needle, so let's do that. There you go. Okay, now just putting it right here. We'll get to that in a little bit. Back to the envelopes. Grab a sharp tool to poke the holes. This can be an awl, or you can use a thick needle, a push pin, or anything sharp and pointy. So find the center of your envelope journal and start by making one hole in the middle center of the spine. Like so, going all the way through. You want to make sure the holes are big enough for the thread to pass through easily. So move it around like this a little bit. And then for the top hole, you measure halfway to that side on the spine to make the second hole. You can use clips or paper clips to hold the stack in place. It will make this part a lot easier to do. I will put a large clip on each side. You can do this without any clips if you don't have any, but it's just a little bit easier to do with. So back to the holes. You want the other two to be equal distance above and below the first one. One toward the top and one toward the bottom. Again, pushing all the way through like so. Move it around a little bit, wiggle it, so the hole will be large enough. Okay, then the final one halfway towards the bottom. You can use a ruler to measure it out, but I don't think you need to make this junky junk journal. Okay, so this one is done. So now we have 1, 2, 3 holes, and we can move on to actually stitch the binding now. Grab your threaded needle. We're going to start from the inside of the book, going through the center hole like so. Make sure to leave a bit of the thread hanging. I like to keep my other thumb on it so I don't accidentally pull it through the hole. Next, go through the top hole from the outside to the inside, then down to the bottom hole, moving from the inside to the outside, and finally you go back through the center, outside to inside. And now you should have both ends of the thread on the center inside of your envelope book. And then we're going to tie it off. You want to make a double or maybe even a triple knot right over the center hole. You want it snug but not too tight. And then when that's done and it feels secure, let's make an extra knot. That's my third one. Okay, grab your scissors to trim off the excess thread like so. And now you can remove your clips. Let's do that. Let's remove both of them and you're done. This little envelope book is now ready to be filled. I think I will turn mine into a true junk journal with nothing but scraps and bits that would have been thrown away otherwise. If you want to see how that turns out, hit subscribe so you don't miss that video coming up in the future. For now, thank you so much for watching. If you want more ideas and inspiration about Gluebooking, check out my playlist linked on screen and in the description. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Till next time, bye!